Why don't we kick off today? Again, super excited to bring this 30-minute product showcase. It's been a long time coming with the folks at ePay Policy, who have actually been a company that we've I would say kind of fringe worked with for quite some time,
It's
Zach.
a yeah, it's like an integration for it historically for the last couple of
Yeah.
years.
We've been casually getting dinners together. How about that? Nothing serious, but we're starting to tighten it up, which is good. So, um, goal for today, this is going to be now 29 minutes. We're going to be respectful of your time, but we are going to introduce a ton of information when it comes to digital bill pay and how you can completely, I would say, empower, enable, whatever AI word you want to use. We're going to help you simplify your digital bill payments with your customers, right? Make sure that they can easily make payments. They're happy. They're staying with your agency, and everybody wins. So, welcome to the $10,000 phone call. We're going to go through why your great service, and I know your agency has great service. My agency had great service. Nick, I bet your agency
Everybody does.
has service, right?
Mars was a little more mediocre.
Ours was actually not that good either, but we told people it was great. People were waiting on hold for 45 minutes at our agency, so that was great for them. But why your great service is costing you customers, and more importantly, how you can fix it before they leave. Because once they leave, it's hard to win them back. And we all know that. So, perfect. Let's get kicked off. Overview of agenda today. I always like to kind of position this up
Hey
front.
Ryan, you're not sharing your screen. You're sharing a lovely view of what looks like maybe the mountains in Ireland.
Yeah, but I'm actually seeing it, so we're all good. Here we go. There it is. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
perfect.
Perfect. Overview of agenda today. First and foremost, did 21% of your millennials already leave your agency frustrated? That's a question for everybody to think about. Did your millennials leave? And do you hate millennials? Is a secondary thing there.
How are you gonna know, too?
You don't know. You don't know. They maybe left and they didn't tell you.
They they ghost.
We're going to talk about the invisible friction that's killing customer experience. This is always very interesting and maybe not that invisible, but we're
Is
going to talk about that friction.
is all friction invisible?
That's a good point, Zach. We're going to unpack
Okay,
that.
sorry. Not yeah, that's
Maybe
different
maybe that'll
webinar.
be in volume two of
Different
the
webinar.
showcase. Yep. Number three, how GloveBox and ePay solves your pain, delights your clients, and future-proofs your agency. So we're going to talk about how we can work together to, again, really simplify your payment processing, and give your clients an experience that they expect. Next thing, what does the experience look like when this invisible friction is now gone? So we're going to do a before and after. We're going to move the bus. We're going to show you the new house, and you can see what it looks like, right? It's going to be fantastic. Next, we're going to show just a little bit of GloveBox and ePay in action. We're not going to go too deep on a product demo today. But of course, the goal is that you get to meet with our teams and we can walk you through more in depth on the solutions, how they work together, and the outcomes that you can expect at your agency. So, and then lastly, of course, the outcome, right? Winning your digital customer ecosystem that drives tangible results. And that is the goal, right? Tech is great. If it doesn't drive revenue, it's worthless. And I think we can all agree we've all implemented tech that was worthless. Our goal is to implement good tech that drives results, and that's what we're doing here today. I think we can all get on board with that, right, Adam? I know you love it. Look at him. He's raising the roof. That's a throwback. All right, let's get kicked off. Your billing friction is losing you clients. This is not a question, this is a statement. Your billing friction is losing you clients, according to Insurity's July 23rd, 2025 study. A great quote from Insurity, and we can add this article to the chat. Younger generations are the ultimate test of your technological credibility. They are the ultimate test, right? And when I'm saying younger generation, I'm not talking about the 10-year-olds. I'm talking about millennials and Gen Zs. Because believe it or not, these are your clients today, right? They're not tomorrow's clients. These are today's clients. And they are the,
Everybody's getting kicked off their parents' insurance right about now.
yep, unless you're 41 years old because you're still a millennial and hopefully you're not on your parents' policy. But, yep. 1 in 4 Gen Z policyholders have switched. They have switched. And this is what it looks like. 28% of Gen Z and 21% of millennials reported switching insurers in the past 12 months due to a poor online or mobile experience. Now, I want you guys, and we do this all the time with agencies, right? Take off your agency owner hat or agency leadership hat, put on your consumer hat. I bet we can all raise our hand and say, hey, we've had a bad digital experience over the past 30 days. And whatever it was, could be banking, stocks, getting a reservation at a restaurant, whatever it is, making a dentist appointment. We've all had a poor digital experience in the past 30 days. Fair?
Yep. Trying to order a Christmas gift on Etsy from like Albania or something.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Zach, how did it make you feel?
I was frustrated and it made me kind of suspicious that it was a phishing attempt or something, like until I got actual communication from the company. So it was a little scary.
Yeah. Yeah. Adam, if we had a live stream of you having a frustrating experience, what would we see?
It was just a live feed of yesterday. No, it's a lot of just like self-reflect and screaming and my wife going, "Everything all right down there?" No. Yeah.
And it's not all right.
It's
It's
not
not
all
all
right.
right because you had
Not
a
all
bad
right.
experience. And so naturally, when you have a bad experience, you go look for a better experience, right? You go look for the Advil to solve the pain. And usually that means switching. So again, your billing friction is losing you clients. Now, some of you are going to sit on here and say, millennials aren't my client. That's not who I want for my agency. That's not the type of client that we want. Let me give you some interesting stats. Millennials are ages 27 to 42. Nick, are you a millennial?
Technically, I am a millennial for sure. It's like that Steve Buscemi meme. It's like, "Hello, my fellow kids." That's essentially yeah. I'm 40. I'll be 43 next month. I'm like right on the verge, right on the cusp. I'm a
Wow.
homeowner, multiple cars. It's
Kind of leading the charge.
yeah.
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 I'm out
Zach,
on
are
the
you
front
a
lines.
millennial?
Yeah, I just turned 30. So I'm on
Oh,
the other end of the spectrum here.
wow, we've got it. Yeah, and I'm 41. I just turned 41. I am a millennial. I've got business insurance, homes, cars, the whole thing. So
Nice.
25 to 30% of the US population is millennials. That is 80 million people that aren't your clients, according to some, right? This is the largest generational market of active insurance buyers and switchers in the US, according to Forbes. It's the most active insurance buyer and switcher in the market, according to Forbes. That's not us. Forbes said that. They own homes and businesses. 55% of millennials own a home, and we make up 16% of business owners in the US. Meanwhile, and here's what's happening, your agency requires manual phone calls and emails to get billing help. 64% of millennials say they want in-app payments and would consider alternatives if this is unavailable, according to NMI.
That makes
That's
sense to me.
probably not shocking, right?
Yeah. It's the whole mobile pay, like being able to pay online, it's somewhat, I equate it similar to like digital or to mobile banking, right?
Yep.
It's like I didn't walk into Bank of America and say, hey, I need this now. I need to be able to do everything from my phone. But then as soon as it became available, that's all I use and that's the norm, and anything else would feel weird.
Zach, imagine if you had to call all of your utility companies every month to try to make a payment and they said, hey, Zach, just mail a check in. That'll be fine.
Oh, good God, no. I've never successfully written a check in my life. I tried to when I was paying apartment rent for the first time a few years ago, and I like started writing the check. The guy's like, whoa, whoa, what are you doing? Just use your debit card, swipe right here. So
I,
it's
I,
been tough.
I actually want to write a check to make it bounce so that they put it up at the grocery store. I just want to see that. I want my check on the wall. That's what I
They
want.
still shame people like that at the
They
store?
should. They should. You should be shamed for that. So let's move forward. Let's talk about payment friction. Look at how frustrated this person looks. These are really fun to find, by the way, because there's so many good ones. This
I
is
bet
the
you could AI generate that and be like, actually, no, make him more frustrated, make him
yeah,
angrier,
yeah.
more
Honestly, this
disheveled.
this was self-led exploration, and I really think I did a better job than AI because these are really good.
Nice.
This guy is experiencing invisible friction that is driving him crazy. He is experiencing it right as we speak. Billing calls all day, every day. How many frustrated clients call you for billing help every single day? How many billing calls are you getting every single day where people are frustrated? I can't imagine there's a single person that's calling in happy. Oh my God, yes. I get to call and make my payment today with my insurance. How exciting. Very pumped. Oh, I had to wait on hold for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or in our case at our agency, 45 minutes.
Yeah,
So that,
people
that
love reading their credit card numbers over the phone too.
yeah, that was quite special. Why does this happen? What is this invisible friction? They don't know where to make payments. You've switched their carriers 5 times. They have split carriers between policies. They don't know who writes what. They don't know agency versus direct bill. They have no idea what that even means, nor do they care, right? They bought insurance, they got the coverage that they needed at the time of need, and now they need to be able to keep that coverage going by making a payment, and they don't know who to pay.
And it's your job to make it easier for them.
Yep, yep. Your website call to action reads, call us for great service. There's our great service with a fine print of between 9 and 5 Monday through Friday, between normal business hours where everybody else has jobs and they're also working so that they can pay you for their insurance. You provide carrier payment links on the website, but without a policy number at the carrier, the client is cooked. Who here can rattle off their auto insurance policy number? Got that memorized? Adam, can you pull up your deck page that was mailed to you 6 months ago? I bet you can.
I think it's down here somewhere. Oh, oh, ah.
There it is. Look at that. Adam is a sick individual.
Yep, I do a lot of Zooms, so I keep these on file.
I keep these on file.
Well, I got another one.
Man, love
They're
that.
like, would you like to opt into paperless communications? Adam's like, no, never.
No,
No.
because I'm going to need it if I need to make a payment at the carrier level at some point.
Or start a fire.
I need my policy number. This is the invisible friction. They don't know where to make payments. They try to call you, but you're only available 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And you provide carrier payment links, but they don't have their policy number. They're cooked and they're frustrated. And this is what happens. Moving on. We're going to talk about 2 different scenarios. Remember, I said we're going to do the before and after. Here's the before. This is the great service agency, right? Our agency gives great service. On the left here, this is how you think your agency's customer experience is. Our value proposition is great service, and so is every other agencies in town. I've never seen an agency say, hey, our service is mediocre. You should go with us because our service is mediocre.
Refreshingly honest, but not
Yeah.
enticing.
Our VAs may answer an email. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not, but good luck. Our value proposition is great service. Our team is always available. Call us anytime between 9 and 5. Our customers love our personal touch. When clients call us for billing, we get to upsell them more insurance. How many?
Upselling on somebody who's frustrated trying to make their payment is a bold move.
It is a bold move, and people say this every single day. Hey, Wall, I got you. And I know you're busy during the day because you're working a job. But
Yeah.
hey, let's talk about an umbrella policy, Zach. I know you're frustrated. I, I know your auto policy lapsed, or your premium finance agreement just lapsed because you didn't make a payment on your general
Right.
liability policy. But let's talk about umbrella coverage for a minute. Uh, this is how your client feels. So how your younger client feels about your customer experience. And by younger, I mean millennial. 38-year-old making a payment at 9 p.m. Busy mom. Uh, she goes on the website. She sees, oh, I have to call them during business hours. It says there, oh, I can always mail a check. That's interesting. Clicks to the carrier portal, and again, it requires a policy number. What are they thinking? This is a hassle. I wonder if Geico is more simple, right? They're not going to send this to you in an email. Hey, I'm thinking about moving to Geico. They're just going to go explore Geico, right? And insert whatever digital insurance company you want there because that's what they're thinking. This is a hassle. I'm busy. My kids are screaming in the background. I'm tired, right? Got to get something done. And this is a fail point, and they're frustrated. So this is the great service agency. The next scenario, we've got the disconnected tech agency. And this is always interesting. How you feel about your agency's client technology. We have a mobile app. Check that box. We did it. We have a mobile app. Our AMS company threw in a mobile app. That was easy. We didn't have to do anything. We just throw it up and they've got it taken care of. All this mobile app talk, I'm glad we have it taken care of, right? Done. Thrown in, easy breezy. Our clients must love the convenience that it provides. It's amazing. Adam, I bet you have thoughts about that.
Uh, just free doesn't mean better. I mean, if it's thrown in, there's a reason it's thrown in. So hopefully we're to the point where we can decipher why it's been packaged into your renewal of the product you actually purchased, which is the AMS.
Yep. How your clients feel about your technology. Here's the same 38-year-old making a payment at 9 p.m. Needs to register for access, has to send an email to your agency and wait. They can't register on their own. They got to wait for your staff to give them access. Finally gets access, but is let down with no bill pay options. So they finally get in and then they realize they can't pay a bill in the product. Goes on the carrier website to make a payment, sees advertising to switch. This company seems easier to work with. I'll get a quote. And now what happens? They left. They're out the door. They found a better option in the meantime. All because your checkbox mobile app that you put in place didn't solve the need of billing. What a bummer. The disconnected tech, right? It doesn't work how it should. Nick, you got anything on that?
No, I think that pretty much nails it.
Awesome. Let's move ahead. Enter GloveBox and ePay, right? Enough of the bad.
Woo!
Let's talk about the good,
Show me
right?
the good.
Because now we're here and enter a world of simple, frictionless bill pay because it's arrived. Because we're here. We're here. Zach's here. Imagine a world where your client pops open the mobile app or logs into your client portal. No registration needed. Your agency doesn't have to set up a thing. The client can do it on their own. And with 2 clicks, they're now in the payment flow, right? 2 clicks, they're in your mobile app, and now they're presented with your ePay experience. Within seconds, they've made a payment. It's as easy as that. Zach, did I miss anything?
Nope, it's a surprisingly simple process.
Yep.
You nailed it.
Let me show you what it looks like. Let's do this 20-second demo live because it
It's like,
really is that easy.
yeah,
I
and
pop
it's
up,
mobile compatible.
I pop up the mobile app. I select the policy that I need to make a payment on. Now, the client doesn't have to know, hey, this is direct bill or agency bill. GloveBox has already solved that for them. As long as it's marked agency or direct bill in your AMS, we create that logic for the client. All they have to do is click on their policy. So I need to make a payment on my general liability. I go down, I click pay a bill. Here's my policy number if I need it. I copied it. Good news with ePay, you don't even need your policy number. You can put it in the comments if you'd like. But now I'm presented with the payment experience in a couple of clicks. I can add the name, the amount, the notes, and now I add my payment details and I click complete payment. That's it.
Simple as
I don't think,
that.
I don't think it can get any more simple than that.
Yeah. And after somebody completes that payment, ePay is going to send out electronic receipts to all parties involved. So you guys get an electronic receipt, the payer gets an electronic receipt, and then we've also got a dashboard, kind of behind the scenes from GloveBox where you could track these payments coming in. You could void a refund in the event you needed to do so. But we're here to talk about the integrated version. So that's what I want to see.
Yeah, yeah, and that's how easy it is.
Yep.
So not only does it integrate with your GloveBox mobile apps, it also integrates with your GloveBox client portal, which is beautiful. So whether they want to log on from the website, whether they have the mobile apps on their phone, hopefully they have both, right? That's the ideal situation. It's a couple clicks and they're done, and it's easy and it's fast.
Yep.
Nick, go.
Ryan, I think I'm trying to think about like the thoughts that people would have, and I'm trying to put my agency owner hat on, and maybe can you just explain, or Zach, both of you guys explain like why this is so important? Because, um, or more importantly, why a simplified like unified workflow is so important that's agency branded. Like, why does that matter? Because the way that they do it now, it's they got to go to the website to do this, and they got to go over here, they got to go over there, and just like the
Nick, you kind
value
of
of one workflow.
you're kind of nailing it. Like going here, going over there, going here. At what point do you stop and question, am I in the right spot to make my payment? So that's the importance of having that branded option online. It looks familiar to your payers. So when they get there, they know they're in the right spot to make their payment. That was like my Etsy Christmas gift thing. I got there and I was like, is this the right spot to put my info in? This is pretty sketchy. And that's not something you want to, not a feeling you want to put on your customers.
One,
The other
one,
thing, while it's good for your customers to have these online options that they know and trust, it's also good for the agency because ePay allows you to pass on those transaction fees to the payer within compliance. So it's also helping keep your commission intact. So you guys aren't having to absorb like 3.9% of that credit card fee out of your 8 to 10% commission. I don't know anybody who likes giving up a third of their commission, but with ePay, we help you keep that completely intact. Uh, it's at the end of the day, it's the payer paying for the convenience to pay online.
what I like, and I do this on every demo, because we plug in our ePay policy example link you guys made us.
Hmm.
It's really the only vendor that I've found, ePay policy, that I love to demo because it's universal. There is no, hey, this customer needs to go to this URL, but this one needs to go to this URL, and it changes based on what policy type they have. It's so universal and so easy to use that we send people to ePay policy all the time just to have that conversation of like, hey, I'm working with a bunch of different companies, and maybe there's premium finance versus just a simply accepting payments. But when you can essentially have a universal experience where the experience doesn't change. It's just digital and it's available. I think that speaks volumes, which is why we demo it so much. And most of the agencies we meet with, I mean, might have their own ePay policy link going into it. We
We've
plug it in.
we've connected a lot of folks already.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've connected a
So
lot
Yeah.
of folks already.
Now,
And by the way, we do have those premium finance options too.
absolutely.
now
So
what
just hit my
happens?
line if you want to learn more about that.
Now, what happens for the customer and Nick to kind of evolve on your question or iterate on the answer? What's the trickle down effect of someone coming into your platform to make a payment and getting it done? They're gonna see what else they can do inside the product. Oh, here's where I can get my auto ID cards. There's no reason for me to call my agency anymore for that. Boom, you've just reduced a service call or five throughout the year, depending on the customer. Oh, I can see where I would go submit policy changes to my agency. Wow, that makes it easy. Now I can send all of the information in, and we don't have to play phone tag or email tag for the next week, trying to get you the details so that you can make a policy change. Sorry, Nick, I got one more thing. Remember that cross sell piece? Because look, we all love to cross sell, and we're all really bad at it. Let's be real. We were terrible at it, right? Now we've digitized that experience because now that the client had a positive experience with your agency, now they can go shop for other coverage right within the platform with our
Yeah.
recommendations that we've built with our engine that runs behind the scenes. So now they know exactly where they can go shop for all of the coverages that they need at any point in time. And we've done
And
it
they're
off a positive interaction, not a negative interaction. Go ahead, Zach.
and they're used to this. Like it's not they're calling in, dealing with a frustrated experience, and then somebody has the gall to try and upsell them verbally over the phone. It's like, no, I came in, had a good digital experience, and then I'm used to ads everywhere when I'm doing stuff online. That one's actually relevant to me. I could use that. I could use that extra line of business. And it's just an experience we're used to. We're in that buying mode.
Yeah. Or hey, I see the refer agency button front and center. When do they refer their agent to
My
friends
friend
and
was just
family?
asking about that policy. If I can just click a link and text him real quick,
Yeah.
then it
And
makes it easy. It's not
even
like, hey,
if
let
I
me
don't
put
ref
together a portfolio and send it over snail mail.
and even if I don't refer at that point in time, I just had a really good experience with my agency. So I'm out to dinner with Nick and his wife. They're talking about their insurance, and I say, "Oh man, you got to talk to my agency. They're great. Super easy to work with. Let me connect you." I click two buttons on the app and it's done. Go ahead, Nick.
There's a question from an attendee here, but I also have another question beyond that. Let's get to the attendee question first. The question from Cindy is, what happens when DB, which I assume is direct bill, what happens for direct bill policies? The funds come to the agency and then we need to forward? I'm
Love
guessing
So
that.
to the
this,
carrier.
yeah, with ePay, you're typically just going to use that for your agency bill policies.
Watch what happens for direct bill with GloveBox. Remember I said we know if it's direct bill or agency bill? Let's say the client clicks on their traveler's auto policy and they need to make a payment. We have over 2,000 carriers built right into our platform, and we give them the policy number right there, and we bring them exactly where they need to go at the carrier to make that payment with direct bill. It is absolutely mindless for the customer. Doesn't matter whether it's direct bill or agency bill, we bring them exactly where they need to go, and they never left your experience.
This
So,
is better than just somebody going to the website and trying to find their logo amongst 50 carrier logos and trying to find the right portal too, because you guys are sorting it and just taking them to the right spot
and
already.
we give them the policy number because even if they
Yeah.
solve that and they get to the carrier, they don't have their policy number and they're screwed.
So now
I
I have some more questions here, and we have another attendee question come in, but I'm going to ask this question first. And this is more of an iteration, Ryan. So Katie, we'll get to your question here in just a moment, but the the concept, there's a paradigm shift that needs to happen, and I'd be curious to hear what you both think about this. The paradigm shift is we're so used to spending money as an agency on generating new business. Hey, what's our cost per lead? What are we doing to like get new customers? How much does it cost to acquire a customer? All that. Like if you told someone they had to like spend $100 to get a customer that's going to pay them $150 in commission for a policy, they would weigh the math, but they're used to that concept. We invest in new business generation, leads, marketing, etc. Can you talk about the paradigm shift that's needed? The agency owners need to start to grasp on to today to retain customers and improve the customer experience and keep the customers that you already have. Can we iterate on that for just a second?
Zach, you want that softball or you want?
I was actually looking at Katie's question because it's kind of addressed to ePay. So I was honestly looking ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Nick, I can address that real quick and we're going to move forward. It sounds cheesy, but it's absolutely not meeting your customers where they want to be. It is not your job to dictate how they work with your agency. It's your job to make yourself available to your customers, right? And I think this is the most dynamic time that I've ever seen in insurance of the way policyholders operate. But when we look again at the millennial and Gen Z segments of the market, it is hands down a fact that we like to deal digitally. And so if you're not meeting that expectation, you're shunning 80 million people in the US from working with your agency. That's how you either retain or lose customers. And
But
that
but
You're
we
you're
would
also
be
not forcing them into anything they're uncomfortable with. Like adopting digital payment options, they're just that. They're options. They're
but
making it convenient for your younger people while your older folks could still do their checks if they want to.
this is the paradigm shift I think agency owners need to get into, and we need to be open to having this conversation. Is it's okay to go spend $100 to acquire a customer. It's also okay to spend $5 to keep them. Like, how much are you willing to spend per customer to keep your customers?
well, and that, and I think what's the pain point? Or like what's the pain threshold? Like when does it have to be bad enough on the P&L before you decide to make a shift, right?
Yeah.
Because I think we can all agree, and we were in the same boat. We make good money as insurance agencies. There may not be this driving force to get digital as fast as possible, but how bad does it have to get on the P&L before you make the shift? Right. And I think that's a question that every agency needs to ask themselves. How bad does it need to get?
So we have a question from Katie. This is for ePay. So Zach, it's how do we go about entering the policy onto ePay? I'm not sure if it's onto or into, but how do we go about entering the policy onto ePay is what the question is.
So there's a couple different ways. You don't necessarily need a policy number or anything like that to take a payment with ePay. But we also have some ways that we can integrate directly into your AMS that I'd be happy to, like I just typed in there. If you'll just shoot me an email, I'd be happy to elaborate on it because I feel like we'll run out of time here into
Yep.
how do we go about entering the policy into ePay. Ideally, you just want your insureds taking that context as to what the payment's for and putting it in the notes section. When we're using this, the notes section is going to be mandatory. So they've got to give you some context as to what that payment is for.
Yep.
But
Which is why
again,
we give them that.
I can
Which is
go
why we
deep
give
down the
them.
rabbit hole, but
Yeah. We give them
yeah,
that policy number. They copy it. They paste it in the notes. Done and done. Easy
yeah,
breezy.
it's
Yeah.
the perfect context for you guys at the agency.
Yep. All right. We're going to move ahead. We're not going to go through this because we kind of just did this. Why GloveBox is the best, why ePay is the best, how we work together to delight your clients. One thing I will notate from here before we move forward, delighting your clients means retaining your clients, and that's what we're talking about. With GloveBox, the ease of business means your clients stay, that should say stay right where they should, and that's with you. Don't let them out the back door. Don't let them think about Geico or Liberty Mutual or going direct to Travelers. Keep them with your agency, and that's the goal. Same thing on the ePay policy side. Simple digital payment experience means retaining your clients. And with ePay policy, you can offer your clients the ultimate convenience in making payments with your agency, and that's
Yeah.
the goal. Embedding it with GloveBox, your clients have a simple, easy access point at any time, and that's how it works. So,
Give them all the tools of the digital convenience that's available out there in the space, but also remind them of the reason they chose an independent agent in the first place. You can still
yep.
provide them with that service.
So let's move the bus, guys. And I know we're running a bit over time, but let's move the bus, right? We have our two agencies. We had our great service agency. What does it look like after the GloveBox ePay marriage into your agency? Now you can live up to your mantra. Our value proposition is now this great service, however you choose, right? We allow our clients to choose the way we get service. We allow the client
Options
to
for
choose
everybody.
how we pay bills, right? It's not on our terms, it's on your terms. We offer many ways to get the service you need fast. After hours are too busy, enjoy the convenience of our incredible client portal and mobile apps. Easy breezy, right? Service on their terms, they're happy, they refer, they retain, they cross sell, everybody wins. How your customer or how your younger clients feel about your customer experience. 38-year-old making a payment at 9 p.m. pops open the mobile app. Within 2 clicks, your client is executing their payment. Extremely impressed. They are back to their busy lives. That
That's a
was
happy
almost
family.
that's a happy family. It was almost too easy. I'm never moving my insurance because that was easy. And I like easy. Adam, do you like easy? You're easy.
Pretty easy.
The second one, the connected tech agency. How you feel about your agency's client technology now that you've upgraded. We have a connected client experience that actually works. It actually drives results. Our clients can easily access our technology without needing the help from our staff. They can do it on their own. The platforms are robust, connecting all of the client technologies that we have in our agency, which maximizes our investment in those technologies, right? Bringing them together. Policyholders can now make payments on their terms 24/7. How your clients feel about your technology when it's connected. The 38-year-old easily gains access to your client portal, clicking on the general liability policy, like we just demoed, to pay a bill. They're quickly guided to your embedded ePay experience. Payment is made in seconds. This is the easiest insurance company I've ever worked with, is the ultimate goal, right? Has that ever been said about an insurance company?
It's about to be.
That's website worthy. This is the easiest insurance company I've ever worked
You
with.
you quote that customer for sure. You put a name and a
Absolutely.
picture up there.
So now is the time, guys. We're not going to go into too much product detail on this call, as I mentioned, but we'd love to schedule some time to talk to agency leadership, find out what you guys are struggling with, and really how we can help solve it. Schedule your discovery calls today. Zach is going to be your point of contact from the ePay side of the house. Lastly, I'm going to leave you with this. What's the outcome? With GloveBox and ePay policy, you'll simplify your client billing experience. You'll meet your younger customers where they want to be. You'll significantly reduce operational costs within your agency because you're going to get less service calls and emails, which is beautiful. And most importantly, you're going to future-proof your agency's revenue. You're going to keep those younger clients right where they should be for years and years to come, and that is working with your agency. What did I miss, guys? Anything?
Just tell them where to
Sounds
go.
about right.
Awesome. We're going to move on to the dance portion of the call, and Nick's going to take it over. Go ahead, Nick. We're
If you
not.
guys want to, if you for those of you who are looking at this and you're saying, okay, this sounds great. But I need to know what this looks like for my agency. I need to know, there's a lot of particulars. I need to get into the nuance, the context, all of that good stuff. It's very simple. If you're on the GloveBox side, you just got to go to glovebox.io, schedule a discovery call. You'll talk to guys like Adam, talk to guys like Brandon or Danny who are also on the on the call here. And just they'll answer questions. We'll figure out if GloveBox is the right fit for you right now, and you guys will go from there. So glovebox.io, I've put it into the chat here as well. Go there, schedule your call. It's 30 minutes. If it doesn't work, we'll be the first to tell you. We'll shake hands. We'll walk away as friends, and we'll go from there. But I have a sneaky suspicion it's going to work for most. So, Zach, you want to tell them where to go for ePay policy if they want to learn more?
Yeah, you can just go to epaypolicy.com, or I'll probably send out an email to everybody just like, hey, thanks for registering for the webinar. We'll send out the recording and stuff, the two versions, of course, and a link to my calendar will be in there.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Awesome. We appreciate everybody's time. Apologies, we ran 5 minutes over. We owe you 5 minutes on our next product showcase. So we'll keep
Damn.
that in mind. Everybody enjoy the rest of the week, and thanks so much for joining.
Thanks, guys. Glad we can make it happen, Ryan. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
Thanks, Adam.